Coronavirus stocks. What more can be said about this industry? Just about every pharma company has their hand in the basket to be the first one with a vaccine. There was a major buy of a company in this space this week. Who was it? And how does this affect the space? Coronavirus is still big in the news. Well, it's going to be big into the news until eventually we get some semblance of a vaccine. My first story is on Sorrento. Sorrento files IND, investigational new drug, IND for COVID guard. Share slipped 9%. Interesting that the share slipped. They put in an application for a drug, a COVID guard STI 1419, for hospitalized COVID-19 patients today. So now that's phase 3. Phase 3, you start introducing the drug to live people. Hey, you want to get the needle? No? Yeah. I can't use the ouch, can I? Dang it. I want to use the ouch, but I can't. Anyway, all I say is Operation Warp Speed has put the drugs on such a fast track that I don't think anybody's ever seen, ever. All right, ever. These drugs are being fast tracked. So technically, Sorrento is in that phase 3, putting the vaccine, possible vaccine, into people live. COVID guard neutralizing and high potency antibody is engineered to eliminate interactions with host FC receptors. What is that, Joey? What's an FC receptor? All right. Thereby potentially decreasing the risk of antibody-dependent enhancement of SARS-CoV. Listen, it's got a thing that stops the other thing from becoming a thing so that you don't get the thing. That's pretty much what it said, right? Mm-hmm. All right. Why can't they just say that? Why I got to read the big words to say the same thing? All right. Animal data generated in Syrian golden hamsters. Why did they use Syrian golden? Why couldn't they use Jamaican golden hamsters? Why couldn't they use the American golden hamsters? Why it's got to be Syrian? Make you think a little bit, right? Things that make you go, All right, infected with SARS-CoV-2, justified the filing and continued clinical development. So that's big news on SRNE. This is a stock that our company's been looking at as well. My stock of choice, everybody knows, is MRNA. It's been a tough stock. I got a comment in the YouTube about someone still holding the stock. I gave some guidance on how to at least try to manage the stock as of right now. I still love that stock. I still feel that deep down in my heart, that's going to be one of the first companies that's going to come out with a vaccine. All right, that's my take on that. I'm sticking with that. Now, big news. You ready for this? Johnson & Johnson spent $6.5 billion to buy a company, MNTA, Momenta, is year's biggest pharma deal. Holy smokes. $6.5 billion to go and buy this stock. And you know what's going to happen? Hopefully the stock will take off like a jet plane. Here's the singing. I'm leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again. That's a big move for Johnson & Johnson. I'm thinking that as time goes along, we're going to see a lot of M&As on a lot of the smaller pharma companies being bought up by the bigger pharma companies to help the advancement of their technology or research on COVID-19. Mark my words, this is just one. And I'm thinking that there's a lot more in the works with Johnson & Johnson. Look at Pfizer, look at Merck. A lot of these companies who are trying, and they're all the parent companies trying to get to the COVID, they're going to be looking at the research on a lot of these little companies, and they're going to start snatching them up. But $6.5 billion to buy Momenta, ticker symbol MNTA. Let's go take a look at them right now. All right, in here, there's MNTA. In my listing of stocks, sorted by our master indicator VST, look at where Momenta sat. Whoo-wee.
Are you picking up what
I'm putting down? Now, you probably can't trade the stock right now because it got bought. All right, so the stock is pretty much going to stay stagnant. But it was Johnson & Johnson that bought them. So I'm going to spend more time on the Johnson & Johnson part than on MNTA. That's the company that got bought. All right, so Johnson & Johnson, let's analyze it. Price trading at 151. The value is 183. The stock is clearly undervalued. That's a company that's been around for a long time, but that was a big acquisition for them. Relative value, the stock's upside potential over the next 1-3 years compared to a AAA corporate bond is right now at 1.17. Above 1, the stock's got better upside potential than a AAA corporate bond. Relative safety, that indicator of risk, is at 1.29. This is a stock that consistently meets or exceeds its earnings expectation. The thing that catches my attention, RT is at 1.02. Well, it's above 1, so it's favorable, but it's not running gangbusters. I'm thinking that with the pickup of MNTA, that RT should start moving higher. Big company earnings growth rate is at 2%. And they got a lot of drugs and stuff in the pipeline. Drugs is not the only thing that Johnson & Johnson does. Don't think about it. They do baby powder, they do lotion, they do so much stuff. They do so much. So I can understand why the earnings growth rate is only at 2% with their hands in a lot of things. So when I go to look at the graph, let's go concentrate on Johnson & Johnson specifically. Let's view that stock graph. I think with the MNTA pickup acquisition, look at the stock's price starting to move higher. Nice, good open day today. Look at that RT. RT is starting to pick up now, going from below 1 to above 1. This folks, might be a good pickup. All right, with the big news behind it. But what do you look at? What's going on in the market? Don't get blindsided by just the news. All right, don't get caught like a deer in headlights and be like, woo, that stock's moving, let's go buy it. Slow your roll. Slow your roll. What's the most important thing? Make sure the market's moving up. If the market's getting tired, I like this as a pickup. But make sure you're buying into it as a rising market. Does everybody in the room understand that? I want a yes or a no in the room. This should flood the room. I need a yes or a no in the room. That is the beautiful thing about doing Trending Thursdays. I can see that a stock news, it looks great, boom, it's running, but market timing is important. Do I see yeses popping up in the room? Mm-hmm. Excellent. That's important. That is important. All right.